would you ever revisit a relationship that didn't work out because you had the wrong mindset and a closed heart? First of all, I'm no guru and I don't have the crystal ball, obviously. But I would always invite you to feel into how that feels for you, and if it feels like something that would be safe and perhaps exciting, and to explore, then yeah, go explore, have the conversation. Before having that conversation, I would definitely spend some time, if it were me, I would be spending quite a bit of time with my journal and just really feeling into that question mark. I would probably introduce it into my journaling practice. Really beautiful, basic, like super basic journaling practice that can help you to tap into your intuition and get your answers, because I'm a big believer that you do have your answers inside of you. You're very wise, and even when you tell yourself, I don't know, you do know. And one of my favorite coaching questions is when a client says, I don't know, my response is often, if you did know, what would it be? And so often the light bulb goes off because we circumnavigate the belief, I don't know, and we access, well, you do, it is there. And often as a coach, it's me just sitting and listening and waiting and creating space and holding them in the light and holding them in potential. Like, I know they have their answers, and it's never for me to give an answer. So on a call like this, that is Q&A, I can give you my opinions and my thoughts, but you don't have to take those on. I offer them up because you've asked, and then you get to make up your own mind. And in a coaching session, I would be asking different questions and pulling out your truths. So, with a question like that, the important thing is that you do your work and find your own truth. And a really basic journaling practice to assist that is, first of all, because we want to get you out of your head, connected to your heart and your spirit, right? So you're going to do a massive brain dump. So you get a piece of paper or your journal and just write everything that's whirling around in your head. And it could even be this question, I don't know what to do. It could be a shopping list. It could be a to-do list. It could be writing about who you're angry with. It could be a conversation you need to have. It could be just scribbling on a page. I've done that before. It could be just swear words. But just whatever the noise is that's going on in your head, get it out, put it onto paper. Remember that our thoughts are like on a train track that's going around and around and around in our head. Like a toy train track, if you could imagine. It's got the pieces, and you've got to pick up one of the tracks and turn it out. So you create, a loop going out rather than a circle. And that's what a brain dump onto paper does. It's just literally, it allows all that noise and heaviness and chat to escape your head. So you start your journaling practice with that, because then you're just releasing and you're allowing, you're releasing the grip of your mind, yeah? And then you're going to consciously come down into your heart when you're ready. So when you feel like you've just really exhausted the brain dump, then we're going to come into our heart through gratitude. So this is where you're going to write, at least 3, but preferably at least 10 gratitudes, and really spend some time connecting with that gratitude, just feeling that gratitude in your body. And as you focus on all that you have to be grateful for, you can just feel your energy dropping down into your body and into your heart. And so from that place, it's really nice to then write things like, 3 things you're proud of yourself for, 3 things you value about yourself, 3 qualities of yourself that you love. It's just really nice to do some self-acknowledgement at that point, because you're in your heart and you're feeling gratitude. And then you're handing over to your spiritual self. And I would do that by writing a question, because what you want to do is receive your intuition and your guidance. And the first step to receiving is to ask. Yeah, so we ask and then we receive. And so I would ask my spiritual self my question. I might direct my ask to my guides and angels. I might direct it to my mum who's passed on. I might direct it to source energy, life, the universe, God. I've very often written, Dear God, please help me. I need to know the answer to this. And write your question. So Mandy, you might write should I revisit that relationship? Is that the right thing to do? And just see what comes. And it might not come at the first sitting, but allow your wisdom and your answers and your own guidance to come through. And at first, just to kind of break the seal, you might just start writing and just whatever your experience is in that moment. So for me, it would often be something like, okay, and I'm literally writing this, okay, I'm waiting for the answer. I'm feeling a bit silly. I wonder if the answer will come. I'm listening, I'm waiting. You know, oh, I've got an itchy back. And I would just, and then it will just flow. It will just flow. And it might take a few sittings for it to come, but just trust the process, because usually something quite magical happens. But you got to get to your own answer. That's something that, you know, no one else can give you your truth. That is for sure. Everybody's going to have an opinion. And if you ask for their opinion, they will give you their opinion. But at the end of the day, we've got to find our own truths, right? Which is why I'm so passionate about helping a woman to come to a place of deep self-trust, which we can achieve through deep self-knowing and developing a relationship with ourselves where we always have our own back. And we have the ability to put ourselves first, and we show up for ourselves time and time again, and we keep taking our power back. And every single time we do this, we're proving to ourselves that we are there for ourselves. And so we are building trust in ourselves, that I got me, I can trust me. Look, I keep showing up for me. Because it's like any relationship. It's like, you know, you kind of earn trust, right? You can get a sense fairly early on with someone if you feel like you can trust them, but you have to earn and build trust. And that comes through evidence and experience upon experience upon experience of proof. Like when I first met James, I sensed that he was a very honorable, decent, good, trustworthy human being. You know, he's one of the good ones. And I didn't fully trust him straight away. It took some time, and I have evidence upon evidence upon evidence that he is there for me. He shows up for me. When he says he's going to do something, he does it. You know, he like so many different ways that he shows up for me builds trust. We have to do that for ourselves. If I say I'm going to do something for myself, I have to bloody well do it. Because every time I say I'm going to do something for myself and I don't, I'm not creating trust there, am I? So it is why it's so important to show up for ourselves and be our own best friends and learn to put ourselves first. Hear our needs. If my body is tired and I don't listen to it and I push it harder instead of going for a nap or having a bath or doing some yoga or just going for a stroll, every time I ignore and push myself, I am disintegrating any trust. I can't trust that part of me that ignores me. That's not okay. Yeah, so when you've got big decisions to make, and there's a few of you with questions today that, you know, you've got some decisions to make, you're not sure what to do, what's right or wrong. The process is building a relationship of such intimacy with yourself, with such self-trust, that when it comes to making a decision, you know how to sit with yourself and be with yourself and listen to yourself and receive the guidance. Yeah? So when you're journaling and you're asking, you're then going, after the ask, you're naturally going into receiving mode because you've just asked. So then you're in receiving mode and you're literally like just waiting to receive your answers. So, yeah.